Alex found himself standing at the edge of the forest near the old well. The moonlight bathed the ground in a ghostly glow, and the wind seemed to hold its breath as the whispers grew into a chant. "Come closer," the voice coaxed. "Join us." Before he could stop himself, Alex stepped forward, the ground beneath him soft and unfamiliar. His heart raced as he reached the well, the air thick with an eerie energy that seemed to cling to his skin. He peered into the blackness, feeling as though someone, was watching him. Suddenly, a cold hand gripped his shoulder, and he spun around in terror. But there was no one there. The voice spoke again, this time from inside his head, "We are waiting." That was when Alex realized the truth. The well wasn't just a relic of the past, it was a gateway. And something had been waiting for a long time for a child to hear its call, to answer it. Something ancient, something dark. In a final act of defiance, Alex screamed for help, but it was as though the words were not his own. His body twisted involuntarily, and his voice turned to a low, guttural tone that sounded nothing like his own. His parents, hearing his cry from the house, rushed out to find their son standing motionless, his eyes wide and empty, filled with a dark, unnatural light. They tried to approach him, but every step closer seemed to push him further away. The air around him crackled with an energy that made the trees shudder. His voice, no longer his own, spoke, "I am not Alex. I am here now." Panic set in as they realized the horrifying truth: Alex was no longer himself. He had become a vessel for something that had slumbered beneath the earth for centuries, waiting to be awakened. His parents, desperate, remembered the old stories their grandmother had once told them, stories of spirits and forces that could possess the living. They were reluctant to believe in such things. The town's elders were called upon, people who had knowledge of rituals and rites that could expel the darkness. Together, they formed a circle around Alex, chanting ancient prayers to banish the entity that had taken root within him. The ground beneath their feet trembled as the entity fought to hold on. As the ritual reached its peak, Alex's body convulsed violently, his eyes flashing between the empty, dark void and his familiar, frightened gaze. Then, with a final, blood-curdling scream, the spirit was forced to release him. Alex collapsed into his parents' arms, trembling, his once vibrant eyes now full of confusion and fear. The elders warned that the well, still standing silently at the edge of the forest, was no ordinary structure. It was a place where spirits were bound, waiting for a vulnerable soul to hear their call. They cautioned the family never to let Alex return near the well, for spirits like the one that had possessed him were always watching, always waiting. Though Alex was free, he would never be the same. His innocence had been shattered.